Welcome to this Visions, where knowledge meets inspiration and curiosity sparks transformation. I'm your host, Resoro Molifi, and each week we embark on a journey of exploration and enlightenment. Join us as we navigate the tapestry of experience, weaving together insights from academic visionaries and change makers. Get ready to expand your horizon, challenge your perspectives, and embark on a quest for personal and collective growth. This is Visferes, where every episode is a gateway to a world of endless possibilities. Let's get back to
Mnikelo,
it.
who are you and what do you do?
Man, I thought we would like an icebreaker. Come up with an icebreaker. Basically, my name is Mnikelo Funani. I'm just a small boy, or maybe a boy. I'm come from Unit 13. Basically grew up here. Basically grew up in Mafikeng. Everything about my life is centered in Mafikeng. So I came to university here after completing my matric in 2019. Go So basically that's my life. I just came to university. I've been a vibrant boy, joined in a lot of things and doing my course I'm doing, which is becoming economics. And then basically it's not a lot, but then that's what I could tell you.
On the other end of this conversation, in an hour's time or whenever this podcast ends, what can the person watching this have that they did not have before?
Hey, I don't know. Put me on a spotlight, but then I don't know. I feel like after this podcast, after doing everything now, after having the conversation that we have, I think we're just going to have a vast knowledge of who is Mnikelo, how is Mnikelo doing his own things, how is Mnikelo taking his own things in varsity, and just a clear picture of who I am, but not rather who I am, but then what I do, and just what I do and who I am.
So what is economics and econometrics?
Hey.
What's the distinction?
So, economics and econometrics, ne? Hey. First of all, I didn't do economics in high school. Just came to varsity, boom, I applied for a school. Came here, did my economics and econometrics, but coming back to your question, economics and econometrics. Economics is a study of how the economy fluctuates in the country, because we look at the country perspective, we always analyze the country. And economics it's a combination of economics and states. So in econometrics we analyze the economy using statistical methods and using states actually and using numbers. So that's what econometrics is. But then economics is we look at how the economy, the relationship between variables in the economy, how they interact, how then what inflation affects what, basically how the country reacts or how the country performs over time. Just that economics.
So because you didn't do economics in high school, so now have you developed a love of economics since you started doing it in your first year? Did it grow? Did your love of economics grow?
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Definitely say that my life grew in economics. I had to go an extra mile. Whenever a child was on real economics because I go high school, whenever the child moved to Atla or the student Atla, you'd go to library for 2 hours just because you know the background of economics. But then now I would come for 4 hours because I don't know anything about economics. I just made economics more. So that's one thing. And also my dad has economics books. I used to read that a lot. Boom, then COVID happened. So I had to go an extra mile to learn economics, to understand economics and do everything about economics.
So which area of in economics do you find most fascinating? Which part do you like?
Okay, that question best fits my thing right now. And by the way, now I'm doing my BCom honors in econometrics. In economics, the field that I find fascinating, and then for now it's my research topic. It's development economics. I look at spheres that are not calculated in the economy, fears like that is what I'm doing in my research. I'm doing a study between government expenditure and human development index. I feel like in South Africa we're not promoting human development index. We're not promoting the social side of things. But we are just more focused on economic variable inflation, book unemployment there, load shedding or what. But then there's one sphere that we're not focusing on is developing ourselves and our country socially, so addressing social needs. So as a background, like I'm from the township. I'm from a township whereby like mostly people are affected by social needs. People are affected into crime. People there's poverty, and that in economic terms is measured by using human development index. Your level of income, health levels, and education levels. So that is basically what I measure my development in, using health, income, and education, which is what is not measured in economics, because in economics we use GDP. GDP is a variable, it's a numerical variable. But then what about those ones that they are not developed? The societal needs are not developed. So basically, my sphere of line in economics is development economics. We're looking at to come up with policies that will mainly address human development, uh, and going solely on human capital or everything about human societal needs, so social aspect of things. That's one thing I find fascinating in economics.
Okay. So if I were to make you a president right now, or a minister of education, what would you do to help people better understand economics and how to improve those issues that you raised there?
Hey, you are putting me on the spotlight. Hey, but I'm not a PhD. I'm not a PhD today, but then to my little bit just the brief of things there. Being a minister, actually, I'll just choose the lowest position where I can go is just being a minister.
Okay.
I feel like being a minister, as a minister of education, I would address economy, I would address education actually, in a centralized way. I address mostly in a centralized way. I see. I'm a person also. I look at politics. I look at of how other provinces are actually doing their own things. I like the strategy from Gauteng. Gauteng introduced the policy by Panyaza. They introduced the policy whereby and their education system is centralized, which means if now, because mainly in our areas, especially Northwest, those township areas. It's only about Rustenburg or Porch, and then a little bit of Freiburg, whereby like they are well off, they are good. But then everything, every town in Northwest, they are like it's a it's a township area. It's a mini semi-rural area where you would have your suburbs more in as a small thing, and about go Curo, they go east. So being a minister of a province there, that is like Northwest, I'd basically centralize education system whereby like I'd allow all application to be in one system there, and then after that system that created there, and then that system allocates school to learners that have applied there. Allocate school for looking at their kind of looking at their income, looking at their location, and what is accessible to them now. So if now I'm from Unit 13 or Gomoto saying or Gaime, and then I apply, go to Mabata High. Why go to Mabata High instead? Whereas there's a school in Unit 14. Wow. So just the walking distance. Rather than cutting cost of catching a taxi, rather than cutting the cost of going for high paying schools, just make education centralized to a point where like everyone can access, everyone can afford actually, can access and afford the education everyone wants. The best education we can give, every school must be measured according to a certain standard, which means renta more. I know that school is best compared to this one. So that is one thing I'll do as an education minister. As a president, man, there's a lot of policies that you have that you have to. There's a lot of policies that you have to implement. But then on that one, national ones, guys, I don't have a vast knowledge on that. But then that's a little piece I could do on improving the economy, developing an economy from a provincial perspective, looking at the promise that I made. So.
Okay. So basically, you foster equal education.
That's
In our area. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You see, there's this thing there. There's this, and the health, that has been implemented now.
NHI.
The NHI.
Yeah.
You see that this thing there. I saw there were revolts in that though. Okay, and not to studies, but then I saw there were revolts in that. But then the long run of that thing there is to make, basically what I'm saying is to make every clinic, every hospital accessible to anyone and affordable to everyone. You can't just come from you come from Unit 13 or Unit Mama and go to across town or go to next door to get a nice hospital, whereas there's a hospital in Mafiki. So they try to level up the healthcare system. So now it's the goal of it is not for now, it's for a longer term. So basically that's what I would say. I would implement, but then in an education sector. So yeah.
So which economic concept did you find most difficult since you came here, since you started studying economics?
I have found economics the most difficult thing. Not concept actually. It's a part on me. On my side, I'm breaking for extra here on that thing. It was microeconomics. Oh, that thing showed me flames. I won't lie. Oh, microeconomics showed me flames.
What year were you then?
Eh?
What year? Consistently throughout your year, or was it first year, second year?
No,
was it
actually there was introduction to microeconomics on my second year, and then now there's microeconomics. Introduction it was after COVID that passed. Macro it was my thing. I was like, okay, I'm looking at the bigger concept of economics, of how external affects internal. So societal issues now. Finally, now you get to macroeconomics, where like you'll be looking at the utility, you'll be looking at your country's needs, you'll be like basically the inner thing. So that showed me flames. Although there were calculations, so microeconomics, in economics, it shows me flames. And then I've realized, like, when it comes to microeconomics, I have to go an extra. If get a library an hour, I have to put in an extra 30 minutes just for microeconomics, just to understand things. So if there's one thing about economics, that's it. It's microeconomics.
And how did you deal with it? Shut down.
Joe, yes. So okay, sharp. My story is that on my third year, which is second year extended, I did macroeconomics. First semester is macroeconomics. Second semester is microeconomics. Macro, I passed. Those graphs were long, but then I passed sharp. Microeconomics, I got there sharp. You go, a module goes, but then this thing is showing me flames. And in the relevant class, and he showed us flames, bro. So sharp. I had a friend. Ever since the first days in university, so we've been doing things all the time. So now I wrote first. I qualified for the exam. Qualified for the exam. Went to write first up. First up again, shame. Couldn't even meet the bare minimum. So the sub minimum. Okay, sharp. Sharp. I remember I went home. Home is home, dog. Home is home. We try to read, but then you can't read the way you read my campus. I can't read. And then I remember we were writing Gatu. Then I was an afternoon session, and my friend called me, hey dog, are you coming to ride? I'm like, an hour before I'm fine. I'm coming to ride, sharp. Sharp. Normally I look at books, I look at my books. Books. Books are not books here, about booking. Yeah. Book an hour before, I was like, dog, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping. I'm not telling my parents, oh, like I have a test. I'm not telling anyone. I'm sleeping. The guy can read to give my phone and write dog. I'm not going to write that thing. I'll just see that thing next year. Fana, no. If Fana, try here for it. Dog, I'm not going there. I just made up my mind. For my mental peace, guys, I choose mental peace. So, so then sharp, I didn't come. Fast forward, I carried the book. That was the only module I carried more. Coming fast forward to my third final year, I was doing the module. So I had people about it like, no, if you have failed the core module, which means it's an automatical extra, I go, I went to Sala. Sala department, they were dealing with the module. I went to Sala department, they told me, like, no, in your case it's different. You only have one module and then it's second semester. So which means if maybe for an extra year, the from 1 until June, so just register the module or just give you exception to register the module. So I registered the module, I did a module at the end last year. Now, so when you only have failed the module, somehow you have that mentality, yeah, I'm a legend, man, I know these things. But in class, I was like, I was on my phone in class. The classes were clashing, but then, yeah, test 1, I passed it well, sure. Test 2, but the marks are going down. But then the marks are going down not because I'm not focused, not because I'm not tired, but then I'm not focused. I'm not giving microeconomics the attention that I should be giving. So sharp, fast forward, second test, I did not go sharp. And then I remember that we were writing development economics. So on your final year, you do development economics. I was writing development economics, and development economics is my sphere of economics, the one that I like. So the one that I like, I'll always like so people were struggling with classics. So now I was even before we write the third test, I calculated my participation. My participation marks were good. So I was like, okay, better sacrifice this one. I'm going to write 2-2. The module was 2-2, and quantity was microeconomics. Going to write it. I wrote it. I passed it sharp. Got to qualify for an exam. Got marks really sharp. So the problem is that I don't know if it's my course. Actually, since first year we've been doing that. When we are writing economics, or when we are doing economics, like all our modules start with beginning year 1 or 2 weeks still. So I was writing a lot of things at beginning 1. So I couldn't even read also. Let me try to sacrifice one module. So I sacrificed 2-1 because I'm bad. So first up, I did not do well because I sacrificed it only over the past. Came the second up. I remember the second up, it was boom, it was not fill up. It was Mahika Mahike. On that day, Mahika Mahike got 2, the Gikala 2 at second up. I'm feeling like I get like a full of things here. Texas were going to groove girl again. If it was not for 2-1, I would have been the guy. So I just came to write, I just passed it well. And at that time, I got accepted somewhere to do econometrics. And I wrote it. I was like, okay, I'm done with NWU. Just leave it, guys. I wrote it, and then it was, yeah. Unfortunately, as the year started, I did not go that side, but I just came this side.
So what's your daily routine? What's your daily routine? How do you prepare for these tests and stuff like that? What do you do on a daily basis generally as a varsity student?
As a varsity student, As a varsity student, I would say as a healthy varsity student or just as a varsity student?
Just a varsity student.
I would say as a varsity student.
You specifically? Me
specifically. I used to get through. I'll always code because now things are different because now I'm staying at home. I always code my stay universities here. I used to stay in Gold City, so I used to wake up, go to class after going to class, literally my laptop was just on my desk. Literally, my laptop, every time I'm waking up, I go to my laptop, I check my things, check my tasks. I used to have those notes what I had to write home, like what outstanding. Basically that, okay, sitting in my room, just chilling with friends, also socializing. Also, I used to play volleyball. Actually, I play volleyball. So I used to know how, like, as much as I'm studying at 4, I'm going to sports. So I'm going to sports at 4 until 6. I used to gym, play volleyball. After that, going back to my room. Go back to my room, I'll shower. After showering, if maybe there's work, obviously I'll go to the computer lab or library. If there's nothing, I'll just stay in my room or just chill with friends or just basically my life. I used to maintain my studies or anything. Usually sitting up in my room, attending my classes, doing everything. Also, and then I used to know how, like, every day I had a fork, I have to be in volleyball. So that's
Simple and easy.
Simple and easy. I think if we go into complicated, the whole, like, on Monday or on Tuesday, we're just coming, just getting something to drink on the Tuesday. Just after all, we want to promote the life about, like, a healthy lifestyle for us, so that we can maintain it. If I have stress, I'll just go there, go volleyball. I'm dealing with my own things. So yeah.
So self-therapy, you feel stressed.
If I'm stressed, because literally, go to court on the court there. There's a tennis court. I think it's a tennis court, the toilet tennis court, volleyball, netball and volleyball court that side there. So on this, when the basketball court, on this side there, there's a court, so the board as well. You see that, right? So that you take a ball there, and you just toss it over and just hit it there. So hit it there. So that used to be my therapy session. I used to, if I'm stressed, I'd go there, take a ball, hit the ball as hard as you can, but top and don't, like, here we are just hitting yourself. But then it was just my way of dealing with things. At least rather than punching your ball in your wall, rather than without you playing, so I used to do that.
Okay. So do you have a favorite lecture?
Hey, but I'm conflicted.
Or season or something? One like
Yeah.
a lecture that once helped you in your difficult times, or resources or stuff like that.
I on my faculty, I can also join student politics there. Joining student politics, I used to be vocal in my faculty, in the school of economics. So there's a professor. Actually, there are a lot of lectures there. Basically, they were not teaching me, but then they had an influence in my life. Deputy Director of School of Economics, Prof. NWU, is a good one. Still a good one now. He's now a Prof. Martin Chanza. Still a good one. Yeah, I still have a great relationship. I just go there to them. But then overall, that is why in some things I couldn't do anything. I couldn't just boss my groove broad daylight or just stood up with the wrong crowd or do what. I even joined politics, but then I was even ashamed to go to a stall and politics. Yeah, because I have an uncle. Yeah, I have an uncle. He's a lecturer and deputy director of School of Philosophical Humanities. So that guy actually, to fit in your question, that guy helped me to do everything in my best things. In my lowest moment, I'd go to him. In my highest moment, I'd go to him. Literally, even now, I can just go to the office, get a laptop, do his work, do my work. So yeah, Prof. Marumbu. So yeah, we've been doing since day one. Dog, I've been with he's my uncle. I've been with him almost everything. So, but people would ask me, "Is this your father?" Yeah, but then I do everything with him. But then in my school in economics, my favorite lecture. I won't say much because I know everyone who goes school of economics. Yeah, so that's why I can't say much.
So according to you, what are the most important skills that are required to be a successful economic student in order to be successful?
Just as because in economics, I feel like in economics to be a good student, is just not to just read, but don't read for writing, read for application. Read for you to understand, read for you to put in what you are reading in context in South African economy. That will always have good grades, always have good marks in economics. So some questions then are sharp. You'd get over like in economics, you'd get over like 2 marks where you define the concepts. You define those concepts, externalities, market, what, okay, sharp. After that, it's 1 mark. Basically, that question is 1 mark. After the 1 mark, until 10 marks is application now. You have to read, you have to apply your knowledge, what you learn is slide to that question, and the scenario is there. So basically, to be a good economic student, you must just learn, but not learn to write, or just learn not learn to write. Okay, tomorrow I'm writing this test. I have to master my grades. No, read for understanding. Read for what you are reading. Put it in context to the South African economy. I mean, I think it will just be good.
So now, are you part of any school organizations or societies or something currently?
I was part.
Besides school, or you were?
You're going to strip me off. The way to strip me off, but then I've just made a sober decision on myself to say, like, I'm just leaving everything. I was part of student politics.
Why did you leave?
We are entertaining petty things then. If Nolana and then the other guy, he must go like him. I must choose fights now. If maybe you are fighting with who and who and who, or maybe if maybe you are fighting with someone. I don't want to mention it. If maybe you are fighting with someone, I'm your friend. I'm that guy's friend. But I must choose fight. I must inherit fights. So I saw it's a consistent thing. Or like here, I'm just inheriting fights. And literally, sharp. I have my influences, or like I choose to have my influences. But then at some point, it gets to be to a point where like my work is also affected. I have to be there. I have to be doing. But then at the end of the day, you are pushing, especially in the political sphere. At the end of the day, you are pushing a political agenda of someone, or a political agenda of a certain group, so or a political, or actually a view of how campus should be, of how you see things, of how you do that, of a certain collective of people, or as a certain being. So that thing you see, it's not it. So fast forwarding now, you are compromised in most. I was in student leadership also. On student leadership there, you are having a strategic positions now. You're giving strategic positions whereby you are choosing to go, like, you have a say in important things on campus. You have a say more in the faculty that you are in. You have a say in that. You have a say in maybe student life. Student life, having the seminar, you're supposed to go where, meet in Bosch, meet in Bal, or the DVC is here. You have a say in that. But then, sharp, it's those strategic things there. And then the view of the school. The view of the school is not to see things in a year perspective, but then to see in a 10 years or in a 5 years now. So now you can influence that. It's a chance for you to influence that. A longer goal, your school.
So do they consider your guys' contribution?
They consider it.
Okay.
They consider it, but now when you're pushing a political agenda, you're pushing a political view. So you think most school don't listen to you while you're pushing your political view. They wouldn't. To a point where like they made it clear now, the school is like, we must look at the politics of the school, of campuses. Actually, politics of NWU. We are moving away from politics now. We are moving away from politics now. We are getting to I don't know how to name it, but then it's a sharp. You as a wrestler, you can go. You can just stand in, go, boss man. Okay, I'm contesting for this position. You don't need any political agenda. You don't need anyone. Like they are just giving you a platform for everyone to be free. It's fair for everyone to run for elections, what, and you can just be a faculty chairperson or a faculty what, not based on your political agenda, not based on your political view, what. So that thing, now you'd say, oh, like I'm pushing someone's perspective, someone's agenda, a certain collective agenda, but in that agenda, but what is my logic saying? What is me saying? What is like what I've read, what I'm seeing every day. But also looking at looking at a bigger picture. I don't want to be in NW for the rest of 10 years. Get 11 student letters. I want to see myself out of university. So now I must have a say in strategic things. I must be able to go, okay, Mnikelo can say things, Mnikelo can talk things, Mnikelo we can absorb him. What's right? We can give him something. And now and that year you are set for life. It's a platform where you have to create yourself. It's a profile that you have to create yourself in order to build yourself away and apart from the institution. So you can't do that. You can't have a say and influencing the world while you are pushing a political agenda, while you are pushing a political view. You can't. So that is why I chose whole like, okay, politics. I have a good place in politics. I have a good heart, a good place in politics. But then it's not how I want to do things. So that's why I'm just leaving everything.
And you just left it just like that.
Yeah. Also, I had difficulty in registering this year for my honors. Yeah. So that also kinda against the money law. Like I'm having my difficulties in registering, in funding.
Or in registering.
Yeah, in funding.
Oh,
Actually.
okay, funding. Okay.
Well, I'm having my difficulties in funding now, but then now I come to a stall, I come to what there's a certain political party or certain group of people or certain structure, student leadership structure as a whole. I'm helping students, I'm helping my first year home, but never not sharp, but then deep down I'm not sharp. So that day we get like, guys, I want sharp. You know, some people do that, some people they are just good with it. Some people will help you, but they don't work on it. Yeah, you think when I help you, I'm perfect. I have what, but then that to me, I couldn't do it. I couldn't compromise with someone else. Like I'm not having anything. So yeah, that's why I left it.
So like, do you have any memorable experiences so far that you learned from there?
Well, there's a lot. Hey, there's a lot. Hey.
Can you give us a few?
There's a lot. Hey, dog. There was once in politics. There was one. There was one. It was just a political. Actually, in my starting days, because I started politics and student governance. I think on my second year, just after COVID. Started there. After more, yeah. So we used to have those mini talks, mini political talks. But what we used to have with them, most of them so they used to have that political side of things. They used to have that rather political, but then the corporate mindset. So we used to have a and then we'd have a talk, like a certain topic would arise. Certain topics would arise. So they used to break it down to what is politics. What is politics? So I got to learn about what is politics, how politics influence everything that you live in the world. Studying from the churches that you are in, to elect an executive committee for the church's politics. It's a game of numbers. It's a game of like as much as now we like okay. We want to go to Postman. The other guy like no, let's not go to Postman. Let's go to Big D. People say that it's politics because we voted or we chose the decision that we about, and then it was based on how powerful we were in this and how the mindset like okay, someone's going to I see how someone's going to choose paper, so I'm just going with C. So it's a game of numbers. So someone broke it down to me like politics is what it's what you want, the how you're going to get it, the when and what, who am I going to use, who am I going to associate myself with. If I want a position, go to the governance, get the rest of government podcast. Wow, that is powerful. So it's politics. I got to learn definition of politics. That was my first moment in politics. Fast forward, I was what? Fast forward, we had to. I used to actually fast forward. I was a school board member. So it's a school of economics. Actually, a school member who were like all lectures and then so I was reporting on student issues. That is one memorable thing. I used to think, oh, like, what am I going to say? What am I going to so can see like top literal I was reading. And then they gave me prof then gave me a platform to say like, no, don't read, just state in your perspective on how you view things. As a student, we won't judge you. Oh yes, it's lectures, but then we won't judge you. Say your perspective as a student. So I used to say that is one memorable thing. Dog, and that one, even you'd say who like dog, I come it's all high, and then coming to university just to find a life for myself. But then it's a sad thing when you lose someone or when you do something. We used to go to funerals, tell a student, but it wouldn't be nice. So went for funeral and go left up. I remember that one. But it was so sad to go into like you actually see how like some people, as we are fortunate, we were like I have a sibling. My sibling is what. I have a sister. My sister is what. My parents are what. But then the other families were like they don't literally have anything. You'd have a student where like he or she is the only hope. No, yeah, family. It's the only hope for the family. But now, the student that's an African or has an facility has becoming that vocal artist, that vocal student whereby like he or she would be engaging in a lot of activities. That's in your life at risk. And then the unfortunate part happens and the funeral comes. We have to bury the student now. So you'd understand how like some moves are not calculated. While I come from a family that's like that and then coming to university now I portray myself as I'm the cheese, I'm good, I'm outline. So that thing doesn't really count, dog. So it was one memorable thing or one educational thing to say like sharp. We might come from different backgrounds, but then at the end of the day we must know why we came here, why we do the things that we do. And always remember that we always have it's like you're going to hold actually you have an order go Gauteng or something, so you choose to connect it. Wait, yeah. So wow, so I'm you're going to Joburg. Going to Joburg, you collect your order. And then actually you are going. Let me just make a typical example. You're in a street called Rosebank. Yeah? You want to collect your order, you want to collect your parcel. Yeah? So in the street of Rosebank, you go Brown, there's clubs, also there's Rosebank College, there's UJ, there's Vets. But then there are clubs, there are shops that you aspire, what. So like there's all the pleasures in the world and then there are important things. Okay. That's your Rosebank and your
Opportunity cost.
yeah, so you must weigh your things for like, am I going to this market? Am I going to that? And then funny enough, those markets, those clubs, they also have you can benefit from them. You can get a job and get a salary. And better than someone who's at varsity or whatever. But is it a calculated move? Would you say like at a given moment I might die now? My life would just end. It's a whole lot. It's a dangerous world here. So that's what I'm saying. Like sharp, you collect your order. Sharp, you get impressed by those things. You forgot where you come from. You. What's very important over like the cricket. So sharp after getting your parcel, you have to come back to Africa. Okay. And that parcel, let me just say, you got it. You have taken your shoe. you've ordered your shoe. In that shoe, when you come back to Africa, now you must wear those shoes. You must work with those shoes. So same thing. We come here in varsity. Come here in varsity from different backgrounds. But what the main thing we just have to collect is what a certificate. Yeah. But then in collection of a certificate, there's a lot of pleasures for the world. You can go to a PH, you can go to a guy, you can go for boss Mike, you can go guy. We can literally start a car, go to Porsche, and then boom, find an accident, it's done with us. Wow. So it was not a calculated move, sharp, but then we always have to remember what we come from. So that's one thing that taught me my memorable moment, because after I spoke to my family, we were like, yo, yeah, hey boy, I won't lie, man. I won't lie to viewers out there or what that people who are listening of like after that moment, we chose to buy books and a lot of books because of what the parents said. It was one touching thing to all of us, dog. All of us, a taxi full. We chose to buy books. We chose to buy booze really just to give the family the warmth of your child is not here, but then this is what we can offer. We can just stay with you the whole day and do go on. Yeah, so we just sat there and literally when we went, the family was crying. We're like, no, why can't you guys are living? Literally our son is gone. That's that. So also that thing happened last year. Yeah, last year. So those things are now it's one memorable thing I would always note in my student leadership days to sort of like you see this thing of funerals say you say parents have to bury a student their child at university. It's one hell of it's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing at all. So that's one memorable thing. But then other than that, other than that, those life changing moments I've had moments where I'm like, fine, it's going down. It's going down. I'm at my peak of my fasting days. I've had good moments. I've had bad moments. I had bad moments where I'm like, I'd fight with someone or fighting with or something. I'm not a physical person, but then I just don't like what the guy said and just leave up and just catch a board and just leave. Also in that political arena, in that state leadership arena. So I've had my moment. I'm just going there.
Okay.
But I can't. Okay.
So, tell me about a time when things were hard. Kobe, you wanted to give up, but you said, I'm doing it anyway. You wanted to give up on your degree. You were tired, but you just kept on going.
So, to get this is a personal one. To get a better of something. So on my third year, second third year, sharp, boom, fine, I lost my brother, my older brother. Okay, funeral, fast forward, when there's a funeral, there are a lot of people in the space now. It's a funeral, and I was writing at the time. But my mid-semester test, I think my mid-semester. So, with school thing, there are people who can juggle now because literally a lot of juggle. There's no clear view of what is really going on. So sharp, first one after the funeral, I had to come back to varsity. I came back to varsity, my father dropped me off. He was like, okay, are you good? Yeah, I'm just good, I'm just good. Yeah, sharp. Cause like also we had a family psychologist, sharp. I'm just good, sharp. But then in those moments, you see, hey, fine, this is really happening. Now you are alone. What just happened? Very good. So you remember those things where you're like, let me just give up or just come up next year. I'm just reading, Mary. I'm just reading. I'm just craving. Literally, I'm just craving. And it's not worth it. So I used to say, man, it's not worth it. Like, I'll come in an extra year. In my extra year, I'll zama money for funding or summer funding. Because my bazar won't zama funding, battle funding. But then I only get to realize, So I come this far for me to give up. God. So that was one of my hardest moments. So like, I thought I lost someone who was close to my heart. So the funeral, after the funeral, it's me alone in my room. After that moment, I used to cut myself in a lot of things. Oh, I used to cut myself in a lot of. Actually, I cut myself on a lot of things. If maybe you're trying to hold like no, by this time in Mnikelo, every day Mnikelo volleyball, but then now I have to cut in Mnikelo volleyball Hawani, just cooked out to my room, attending psychology sessions. So, but then they really helped me to understand. So, grief and books are.
They don't mix.
They don't mix, but they don't mix. So that was my hardest moment. That was one of my moments. So yeah. And especially with the one, fun. So yeah.
I hate me.
Yeah, I hate, but I hate. Take to a point of like, hey, man, that's yourself. Yeah, I'm fine. Go guys, go try. I can hit out. I hit out. I feel like takes go guys. One of the shop na boneki. Na ba ka stop on judge. Hey, I can tell you, I just think push the gear out. Go try. I can judge. You don't want to get just like mom. So you have those scenarios in your head. You're like, who am I to? Who would judge me? God. So, but then is living an option. So if you come this far to leave everything. No, literally from my high school, I came straight to varsity. There was no option. I did not have it. I used to tell like gap year to the bar. I used to hit that 3 months ago, the same. So we get so it's Caron. So that kept me pushing to say like you started this, finish this. There's no obviously it won't be an easy road, but then just finish what you started. You can't just start a race and then out and I'm when you just finish learning and then you just hold on. And then you just think, oh, like someone would come and lift you up and go. No, there's no such thing. At least the only person that would come in and raise them, someone, boy, so yeah, that's one thing.
So who helped you during that difficult time?
Fine. Hey.
Was your family there, friends?
Yeah, friends are there. Friends, because I used to have a lot of. Actually, I have a lot of friends there. Yeah, so I have my friend there. He was my roommate to go on my second year. So literally, the guy we talk about everything. So we've been talking about everything. Also, I've had psychology sessions. So they really helped me, Sean, in that difficult times. And also my uncle. Okay, my uncle who's a professor here. So those things really helped me, Sean. They really helped me.
So how do you feel now that you've passed that storm?
Yeah. No, it was like, did I really pass the It was like, yeah, did I really pass the So after me now, I just feel like it was a lesson that I had to learn and I had to undergo. So I'm just grateful for the experience, just grateful for me to pass there, but then, yeah, it's fine. And maybe if maybe there would be an obstacle same as those ones, I would know how to tackle them, how to do everything.
So because now you have experience and you have skills.
Yeah, you'd say that. Yeah,
you've been through a lot, so now you're much stronger.
Yeah, don't say I've been through a lot. Been through some things, but
some things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, going back to academics. How does one, let's say, build an educational relationship with a lecturer and find friends who can help me better my grades? These things like that.
I think to fit in the first one, I thought if maybe you are shy, if you just have to get over your shyness, because at some point now you need to approach people, you need to go to people. You need to if you are a shy person, if you can't approach people, if you don't, you have to go to that lecture. I'm struggling with what and what. After our lectures are people, no, You have to go to that one lecture and say, I'm struggling with that chapter. I will create that relationship with the one certain lecture that you obviously will feel like again. I used to study economics. Economics. Actually it's a course there. It's a course there, but then it has a different fields or what. But then whoever is within economics know everything about economics. Then when you study economics you study your thing. But then at the later stage you choose to to specialize. But then the core things you know economics. So every lecture go economics when you get to the school of economics. Every lecture knows economics. Yeah. But then it's just that they choose to specialize. So maybe a lecturer will say like, okay, since this one first day just go to him like, say I'm struggling, say prof, I'm struggling with this and this, can you please help me? If he was he would refer you to some. So I feel like just just have an open space, just be approachable, and just know how to approach and also be approachable yourself because as a remote you're not an island, so you must have wow. So I feel like just be approachable, approach people, approach fellow classmates, all those assignments, group assignments, those things, they really help. After it's way beyond the group assignment. After the group assignment, you've just yeah, I want just so so that they create a what a relationship here to say like we can do this or what. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think most students would do economics? And why?
Yeah, I feel like economics is one course people are running away from. Even in our society now, go to one thing. Let's say it really. I've done my becoming economics with econometrics. With econometrics, that is a big flex, which means you are learned. But like it's just a normal degree, but then just a normal degree, but then the problem is that everyone is shying away from. So yeah, I feel like now people should do economics there because economics is one course that deals with current issues, current fluctuations of the economy, what's influencing the economy, how the country behaves to external or internal shocks of the economy. So basically, you must know your current news. So I feel like a course that involves current news like economics, so you should learn. So that always you would stand in power of how things are. Be able to analyze or like, oh, in 5 years my country will be going to that direction. Yeah, like I'm like, yeah, like after more with the NHI, national health, I can already foresee how like no. So that period they are no yeah. Obviously now people are revolting. But then in 5 years to come, that thing creates we won't be having people who afford healthcare and people who do not afford healthcare. At least we are trying to bridge in the gap to like this one affords actually he afford that but then he can come down and help assist this one who doesn't afford. And then that one at least the also who doesn't afford can come up with 100 rand. If consultation is 200, the person can come up with 100 rand because so like okay I have this one. And then the national fund, the national insurance, fund that one. So it's bridging those gaps. So as an economist, you can see how like, oh no, this thing's yeah, this thing helps, this thing what this thing does not help. So it's for current news. Just I think economics should be the way to go. Yeah, yeah.
So
As a commercial student, you should take economics.
You gain a holistic view of our country and stuff.
Yeah, you need a holistic view of our country, of how things are being done, policies. Also, looking at elections. Now, in elections, you're not looking at a view of who's going to win, who's not going to win. You're not looking at a broader perspective of things, which this party is offering what, this party is offering what, this party is offering what. Some things would say, this one is not realistic. Like looking at their policies or their manifesto is not realistic. Judging it against the economy is not realistic, so which means you're taking that. So yeah, now you get to say, oh, like no politician actually saying they what They actually say things to you. They actually sing music. Actually, they actually give music to your ears. They actually say, they actually tell you what you want to hear. But then when you analyze it, then economical perspective, and you can see, no, so that's like an economic some way somehow it helps.
So after completing your honors, are you gonna proceed with your education?
Hey, I feel like I don't want to sharp. I once met someone, actually a friend. A friend, he's working. A friend is working now. Actually, almost don't know what he's a friend. You know? He's in the working sector. I think he's still studying government, but then he's doing part time. You know? So well, my advice to him was actually his advice to me was like, no, don't study too much. If you are going to further your education now, because like not that like I'm still young. I don't have anything to depend on. I don't have the only thing that is my name is a dog. So I don't have responsibility, so I should do that, the time. So just when you have a chance, study. But then that becomes a problem because like now you're going to be overqualified. Now you come to a position whereby you have no experience, but then you're holding your masters. So after your honors, go to the working environment. Just apply for a few internships, just to get skills, just to get experience on what. And then after that, if maybe these things are not working for you, then after that, maybe after 2 years or 1 year, go back to school, do your masters, do full time your masters there. Oh, and then after you completed your masters, you're going to get work easily because in your whole educational route then there was an experience part. Or unless if you want to do your masters now, if you want to continue with your masters, which means now you are just challenging yourself to a lecturer's position, which means it's a lifelong learning. Or you don't want to go to the corporate one, which is not a bad thing obviously, but then just a little bit. So coming back to answer your question now, for my side, after my honors, I'm just going to get a little bit. I want to venture some in the corporate world. I want to get experience. I want to get skills of how economy can be put in place. Yeah, that one officer I could reserve bank. But then obviously after that I'm going to further my studies more. But then with having experience, having everything, so I'm just going to get it.
Okay. So when you in your first year, did you predict that you'd be where you are right now?
No. My first day I was excited.
Too excited?
I was excited. Hey, on my first day I was too excited. On my first day I was excited to see like the university now. Yeah, so the university, you know those advices talk about Jita. We're not at university. Boy, I'm a German how. Boy, you must enjoy varsity, you must enjoy what I used to have a cousin he did his first year here and we went to UJ. He was like, you see what you do, boy. There's two different places. The Papa, so actually library is close to Postman. Postman get the boots. The chillers area can buy food, you can literally do what. Library to study. So just find a way of juggling between those things and make sure those places balance in your life, in your university life. I was like, I can't work it. So how we get like in my first year I was too excited. Now literally go we went to university, now relatively our life is moving well. So it's just excitement, man. And also the money are passing, it's new to you. Now you are fresh from high school, you don't have responsibilities, so you are just giving money monthly to buy food. Like, oh, heavy man. So basically, on my first day, I was excited. That's why I won't say whole like in in my first day, I did not think about how I would get to this point. I was too excited. No, I was too excited. I couldn't.
But you managed to, even though the excitement, you still balance the books with the excitement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Used to balance things with books.
So, which bursary did you apply for? And if I'm a high school student now and next year I'm going to university, which bursary would you suggest?
In bursaries, there's a lot of bursaries there. Like, there's a lot of bursaries there. But then to secure if you are going for the job, if you are not going for a career, like it's two different things. A career and a job is two different things. A job is something you can get. A job is something you can get after more. Just earn a salary, just secure a relatively good life. But it is not relative because you'll be having a career. It's an investment over like you'll be having go like basically what you'll be doing in life is what you know, what you enjoy, what you have put in your heart, your everything, your soul in it. So I would say like as a high school student coming to varsity, you must weigh your options. If you have good grades, if you have nice grades, just apply for a private bursary. Maintain the bursary, getting 80 plus. Obviously, university won't be nice to you, obviously, because you must maintain the high standard. But just go for a private bursary, perform well. Just search those corporate companies. Search them. After your degree, after you've completed your degree, you know you have a secure job because you've been a beneficiary of the company for 4 years or for 3 years. Rather than that, you can't shy away from that. Our government is helping or aiding us to actually further our studies. So if maybe you are just an average student, just apply for NSFAS. Just apply for those. I know every premier in every province, there's a premier's office. Just apply for those. Premier's bazaar. Just apply for those premier's bazaar. Get good grades. Even you stand a chance of getting employment for those go to the public sector. So just go out there, man. As a metric student, as a metric learner, just go out there. The NSFAS are there, your public sectors bursaries are there, your corporate bursaries are there. So it's only a matter of using our tools, using our cell phones, searching of the right bursaries. At the end of the day, it's just you only need data to apply. So just apply. Universities apply.
So do you think studying economics and becoming a major better person than you were, let's say, 4 years ago?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I'd say that, Shema. I'd say that. I can't imagine my life out of school. I haven't yet imagined my life out of school. So I feel like coming here was a good choice and securing my life because why would I be now without school? So I'm one person who firmly believes in school, who firmly believes in we have to educate ourselves for a better future and for a better view of things. Every time we have to make it, even now, when we decide to go to Mega City, I have to make an educated decision to say, okay, Mega City, what do I need to go Mega City? And also be considerable of something. So if I don't need anything, why don't I do join Mega City just because of I want the ice cream? Or I was looking at what at stake, or the expense of going there, actually the pros and cons of going there. So coming back, me in my life, I've never imagined myself basically out of school. I've never imagined myself out of school. So that's that.
So what advice would you give to current and future economic students?
It's simple. Just start. It's simple. Hey, man. Those videos, but I go video about advice. Yeah, just start. yeah, I feel like just study for understanding, study for application, and also make economics your friend, and then economics will be good to you. Actually, even in all grades, actually all studies, make your studies your friend, and your studies will be good to you. Socialize also, play sports, socialize, play sports, uh, have a say in some things, have a say in your society, have a say in have an influential say, actually, not just a say in everything you do. So that is just one thing. So in learning economics, just make economics your friend, and economics will be good to you.
So what are the toxic behaviors that first years and future university students need to let go of that serves as a drag to their success?
The feeling of entitlement, the feeling of entitlement, the feeling of you're entitled to this, you're supposed to end this. That's one thing. That's one toxic trait, or that's one trait that people should let go of, especially as learners, or especially as learners coming to be students now. So now studying it finally, that's as simple and as fast. People feel entitled, like this is our taxpayers' money. So I thought, no, you have to maintain that taxpayers' money. So if you feel entitled, you won't maintain the day. So the feeling of entitlement, you should do. The feeling of like, no, let's check no. You should not have entitlement issues. You should not be comfortable. You should not have entitlement. You should not be too comfortable in your space. You should not be. I never get a no, that person won't spoon feed you. You need to get up, do everything, test the quiz, do it. Don't feel like get a don't be too comfortable, because when you're too comfortable, hey, this is varsity. The world would eat you, Sham. Sure, this is a varsity. It's a world, but in an oyster. It's a world in an oyster, so you get a lot of things that are influences, good and bad, everything. But so in this oyster, it's about how you do that. When you shake it, it's going to get spilled. So where now your varsity days, when you shake it a lot, it drops solo. So yeah, so I got solo hamo is done, girl. Don't well like say to cooped up in your room because you are not able to maintain your varsity lifestyle. You had a entitlement issue. You see, you're entitled how like no, kids are NSFAS, battle so kishapu. I want to maintain things, not be entitled to something. So yeah.
Mnikelo, we have a closing tradition in this podcast now.
Yeah.
Two traditions actually. And the first one is you have to leave a quote of the day to our viewers.
yeah. A quote of the day.
Quote of the day.
A quote of the day. I always go with this quote there. Actually, I don't know the context. No, the context is what context. Like just for the day. Take care of the sense, and then the runs will take care of itself. Take care of the small things, and then the bigger things will take care of itself. In this context, take care of those quizzes, take care of those take care of those quizzes, take care of those tests, and then the rent will take care of itself. Literally, a degree will come over those small things. So just my view was like, take care of the sense, and the rents will take care of themselves.
That's a nice quote, by the way. I ain't complaining. This is the second one. The previous guest left a question for you, but you don't know who it is. Ne? Sure. The question is, do you believe you got what it takes to reach your goals?
It's a future thing, yeah. Do I believe that I have?
Yes. Do you believe you've got what it takes to reach your goals?
It's a tough one. yeah. Do I believe that I have? Actually, do I believe that I have means to achieve my goals? That's what you're saying.
Basically.
Basically, I believe that I believe I have means to achieve my goals, né? But then the means I'm not certain with them. I'm not certain with. Now I'm not certain of sharp. Life is not certain of its own, all of it. So I feel like, I feel like, yes, actually, yeah, sharp. I believe that I do have means, but then I'm not certain with them. Okay, but anything can happen. Anything can happen, jeopardize the equation, or anything can, yeah, just like my. Again, let me just make an example. Now I could be studying, I could be studying, and then boom, come fast forward, I get employment somewhere, alright? Which is, if I did continue my studies, I was going to get maybe 30,000 take home, alright? But then now I got a job for 15,000, alright? So it's anything can happen in the way. I have means, but then anything can happen in the way, and I must make room for anything that happens. Or like, okay, the situation happens, I must make me so, okay, let me just try and adjust to the situation. Let me just make myself comfortable with the situation, coming to understanding with the situation, and then know how to tackle the situation forward. So I have means to achieve my goals, I have anything, but then I'm not certain with everything that I have put in place. Anything can happen. Yeah. I feel like I've answered you. I feel.
Yeah, you've answered me. That was a well-defined question, by the way. It's beyond comprehension. It's beyond comprehension, my guy.
Yeah.
Now here's a task for you. Now you are gonna leave a question for the next guest. You write it on the book.
Yeah, I'm fine. Like,
so you write your name and say name, your course, then your code, and then your question. It's tradition, my guy.
And then the course again?
Yeah, your course that you're doing now.
And then Nicola, my code.
Yeah, your code of the day that you said.
Code of the day is. I think it was sense and balance to take everything. Oh, I mean, I love it. You know how to glory. Hey, boy, glory. I'm trying to think, man. Question.
That's a long one, no?
Yeah, it's a question, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. The next guest, I can see something. The next guest won't know who it's you. And it's just an anonymous question, not long.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mnikelo,
Yeah.
thank you for coming in.
Yeah. Thank
I appreciate your presence here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me as a guest, guys. It's been a good. I didn't know about the podcast, but then when you reached out to me, I was like, yeah, let me just try this thing. Because at least it's not those. But I have a bad thing of go on. those paparazzi behind the group chat on campus. Yeah, guys. So this one is just it's good. You're posting a good shape. So let's keep it moving, bro.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, again.
Yeah. Thank you, my guy.